What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Got a terrible day here in Chicago, so I figured we're going to fire it up. Playing the second round of the Simulator Golf Tour, the Auto Putt event. First round, actually had a really good round yesterday, so I've got the card up. I was teaching, and then I decided to just turn it on after and play. So we had a really good one there. There's the scorecard. So we got to try to back that up as we go. And so that can be something that's tough to do. And we're going to talk a little bit about how you do that. Like, how do you continue, or what should you kind of expect as you go? So the first thing being, you know, we're playing on a different day. And so I did this on purpose. I was thinking about playing the second round last night, and I decided that I wasn't going to do that because I wanted to play on a different day, right? I'm playing more tournaments and stuff like that on, multiple days and stuff. So I wanted to simulate that, right? So I've got to come to the next day. And so part of that's going to be, kind of forgetting the first day, right? You got to forget what happened the first day. The course is going to play different. I can tell you this, the course played very short the first round. And then this hole is much longer here. This hole was almost drivable. Pin was up front. Felt like the tee would have been one up. And so just got to forget it. You got to play what is in front of you, and take each shot, each scenario as it goes. So, for example, got a lot of water here. Now where this tee is, we have to decide what we want to do. Okay, so we got a bunker here, about 220 on this line. I don't want to try to get too close to the water, but I do want to be able to advance the ball up and have a shot in. So, and yesterday I hit driver. I'm going 4-iron, and we're trying to play it, just left of the bunker there. And we'll go. And then if we hit it bad, which yesterday, and I did hit a few shots warming up, I was fading everything. But I just did a really good job of playing it, right? And just saying, all right, hey, I can adjust a little bit, but I'm not going to freak out over every little thing that's going on, like, hey, this is that, or this is this, or, whatever, right? So it's just playing the course as we go, okay? So I got 151 in, a little bit of a hook lie, and a little bit downwind. Just such, actually wind's gone now. So just going to play it at that 150, 151-ish. So for me, that's a full 9. I didn't hit it perfect. Definitely hit it bad. Go. Get in that circle. Bad start. Hit the green, but I just didn't catch it. Now I'm short. That hurts. Okay. So now we go next one. All right. Here we go. Let's see. I would like to can I get this bunker? Okay, that's the key here. If I can get that bunker at 260-ish, downhill, then I've got a pitch from the fairway in a short spot. Okay, if I can get the ball closer, I would like to do it. Huh. Interesting. So that's a first. Catching my practice swings. And I don't think there's anything I can do about it. Hold on. Let's see. Don't think I can do anything about that. I can re-hit. Oof, that's brutal. I'm going to try a sim drop. Let's see what that does. So it's going to let me re-tee. Okay, so I got to do a sim drop. So I'm just taking it, making my third shot. That's all it is. And I mean, I got a better chance here. So, all right, kind of getting some bad luck there to start it off. I hit that hard. I would have got that bunker. Man, I would have got that bunker too. Oh, man. Oh, that was such a good swing. Just pulled. All right, so we just got to kind of play it. I mean, bad luck, nothing you can do about it. It's like, all right, let's just. I mean, I guess it's, doing a sim drop's not the best idea because I could have hit 3 from up closer. Now I'm hitting 4. I could have had a spot to hit 3 on the green, but it is what it is. All right, out of the bunker. I like to play these shots. We got to aim a lot right. We're going to aim a lot right. We're going to go for a 50-yard, so I play these more like pitches. Okay. Hit it too hard. Hard shot to judge out of there, but I typically play it more like a punchy pitch. That's how I play like the 40-yard bunker shot. And yeah, that's what we do. All right, well, bad start, not necessarily. I mean, the 3 putt on 1's our fault because we didn't hit it close enough, but the 1 on 2 is, essentially we're making 4 there, but we walk off with 6. So we'll have to figure out. I'm not sure why that happened with the with that. So, all right, gotta forget it. All right, so this one we want to try to take a little bit of a line, give ourselves a look. So here we go. Again, hit it really hard. I've been hitting that fade, so you saw I aim pretty far left, knowing, hey, I'm going to kind of fade it, and we'll just let that ball work back in. If I pull it, it still should have enough, but definitely hit it pretty good. And then we can go from there. So we've got 3 wood out, 253. Got to get it there. Water right, so we're definitely aiming a little left. Slope is going to help us go left. And I'm going to try and draw this ball. So I did pretty good, I thought. Just got to go. Oh, man, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Go. No. I needed to hit it more. Didn't get it there, so that's going to be a par. That'll be a par. Should have aimed left of the green now, thinking about it, with that strategy. All right, so kind of the same thing. I can't really get there, so the goal really is just laying it up as far as I can to where it starts to pinch in. So it pinches in around 240, 250. So we're going to stay just short of that. Just a nice smooth 3 wood. Kind of faded it a touch, but should be in good shape. We can play with that one. Let's switch it over. Let's put that one down a little. 145, pretty level lie, downhill. If I hit it good, pitching wedge should get us there. So we're going to play for that. A groove low. A groove low, so it's going to come up short. Just missed it. Hit it, pretty good. I'm trying to accept more of this fade feel because that's just what I've been doing. All right, 6 iron coming in. Down 12. I'm playing this at least like 190 with it. So just trying to hit a 6. See if we can land one in there. Nope. Get off the green. Would have had the club. That's a hard shot for me there. I don't have like the super soft high draw, especially right now. So I tend to bail those out. Definitely something I want to work on. All right, got to play for the slope. 34 yards, deep rough, so we're going to play it like a 40-yard shot. Try to pitch it up. It should release. How about in? Now sit. Okay, very good. Out of that deep rough, you're trying to just get it on, let it trundle on down. Anywhere inside gimme is always going to be good there. So let's do it. Same thing here. We are going to send it left side, knowing we're tending to fade it. So we'll see. Question that's coming in is, do you tend to think that the curve is exaggerated? I don't. Now, it might look different. It might look different when you're hitting, just the perception of the way it looks. But, I mean, I see plenty of people that hit curves that are very big. So, just kind of depends on who you are. But no, I definitely don't think it's exaggerated. So, let's see. We're going to send this driver. You know, like that's a drive that started down the left side and curved to the right side of the fairway. Like that's a normal drive, right? That's a normal amount of curve, if you ask me. So, no, I haven't seen that in my experience. Let's see, 224 up. Got to get it back there, pins in the back. If we come up on the front of the green, we're going to 3-putt again. So, just going to send this, not afraid to go over. Keep cutting. Just a hair more cut. Somehow whirl backwards. There hopefully is a hill right there. I need the makeup from that ghost shot. All right, there we go, good shot. So better planning on that one than I did on that first par 5, where you got to think, like, obviously getting on the green would be good in real life, but when you're playing around here, you got to think about what the game is. Always got to think about what the rules of the game are. And the rules of golf, that's a huge deal. So the rules of this golf with auto putts and stuff are, if you hit the green outside the circle, you are 3-putting. So you have to adjust your strategy. You're always adjusting your strategy. You got to remember, golf is a strategy game. Do you understand the rules of the game? A lot of times people think differently. They think about other parts of the game. They think golf is swing. It's all this. It's like, no, golf is a strategy game. You work on all these other things. You work on all these other things. I didn't get that one at all. I was trying to play for my fade. But you work on all these other things to play the strategy part of it better. But if you can play the strategy well to what you're trying to do, then you're okay. You're doing all right. 7 degrees right, so this is a massive slope. So I want to aim off the green here and let this thing drift right. It's downhill, it's out of deep rough, and it's going to be going right, so that should help. That should take yards off it as well. Okay, so that was a little pitching wedge. Out of the rough, it should tumble. Okay, now it's going to tumble off. There's a slope there. Really couldn't do much about that. I could try and take on the flag a little more. But again, now you're talking risk versus reward, which is, okay, this is going to be a challenge. So, what are you going to get out of that? So, all right, 10 yards, just a little pitch, a little off because we're up this little rise. A little too hard? No. Okay. Landed soft. Carried it a little farther than I thought it would, but the hill killed it. So that was good. That's why I like having a little loft. If you kill it, it's still going to be fine. If you hit that low and a little too running. Yeah, that's what just happened to me, which it honestly doesn't happen really ever that much. I've not really seen that. It used to happen with putting back in the day with the practice swings. So I'm not sure what changed, or if it's like catching a reflection or something. That could be it. That's setting it off. But I don't know. So it's rare. It's definitely rare for me, at least. So I'm just taking it easy on those. All right, driver just straight away. Here we go. There we go. That was hit very good. Going well uphill, 17 yards uphill. That's a good amount. You know, that's 51 feet. So that's a good hill. So we definitely hit that one hard. Actually, I want to check that one out. Yeah, I mean, I love it. I mean, that's something that they can adjust. You know, it's something with like sensitivity or whatever, you know, whatever. Um, not would like it to not to happen, but I love my unit. It's been awesome. It's helped me teach and save me money and all that stuff. So don't have to spend 10, 15 grand on teaching units anymore, which is awesome. They're nice to have. They're fun to have, but you know, I'm trying to figure out. I wanted to pull this up. I was just curious. My club speed on that one was 112, 160 ball speed. So that was all I was looking at. Felt like I hit that good. Okay, 108 uphill. It's going to be maybe like 112, we'll call it. Playing for it to move a little right. Got a tiny, tiny bit of wind to the right. I don't think it's going to really do anything. So we're just going to try to hit that 112 number. It moved more right than I thought. Kick left. Uh-oh. This could be interesting. This could be interesting. So, shot here. Didn't hit it bad. Just moved more right and then moved more right. That makes it come up short. So, that's on me. So, slightly moving left. Big, huge rise. Very big rise. Green's slightly moving right. What I'm going to try to do is, you got to have height here. I'm in the fairway, so I can get some spin, but it's such a high rise. I got to have a little bit of height, so you're going to see me open it up more. I'm not trying to flop it. I just have the ball forward, face open, and then just playing like a normal type pitch that'll send it up. And one of the things, I'll do that a lot from the fairway in real life, because you can see there, like I kind of brush the grass early, but the more you open it up, the more bounce you get. So you have more room for error. So as long as I'm pivoting my body a little bit, you know, I can make it work. Club's down. All right, 101. So this is where I would like for this club to work better. This is my sand wedge. This should be no problem to get this club there. Like, I should not have to hit a full one. I'm going to hit a fairly full one. You know, being a little long there, it looks like it might slope back. So I could get it to come back. And the chip doesn't look that bad, but I'm really trying to land this right in the hole. So, distance is good. I just struggle with that shot. Like, that's just not I don't know. It's not a bad shot. It's only 15 feet away from, or whatever it is, 18 feet away from 100 yards. That's pretty average, right? Like, that's an average shot. But I feel like I don't feel like that's like on the better side of my average. So, I don't like that. But in reality, I mean, it's a shot, semi-rough, so I'd be rolling it a little bit. I do use the D-plane. I can talk a little bit about, actually going to be talking a little bit about like more of the numbers coming up in videos. So D-plane has some stuff to do. It's just the relationship of different numbers and how they work to create certain other numbers. So like club path. All right, 6 yards. Moving a little left, so we're just trying to barely pitch it on. And then it should release. Oh, I chipped it too far right. Chipped it too far right. Maybe a little too hard too. It's all right. Well, let's see, 10th hole. So we got through in 2 over again. We missed it. We had a ghost swing early, so it led to a double. bad strategy on my part too, or I was clicking buttons, just trying stuff, and I ended up dropping on the tee, taking a penalty. So had to do that, and I should have just hit and then had a third shot to go in and could have got up and down. At worst, bogey most likely. So all right, par 5 here. Again, we can cut a lot of yardage. This course isn't that long as it seems because you can cut a lot. Not great, but I aim far enough left. So you'll notice I am definitely just kind of accepting my fate as a fader right now, especially with the driver. I will be working on the draw, but I just don't have it. So you got to play what you got. Right around 11. Adam, is at like 11 and a half, I think, at the moment. You know, it's supposed to be around 12, 10 to 12, I believe. So I've got it at 11. I think it's at 11 and a half. I've got a holder that I like to use. I'll have a holder I use, and that's just the setting I have it on. That's the setting that is, when I have it in one of the notches, that's what it puts it at. So it says it's in the green zone. My tilt and roll is at like 0.3. You know, you do want to try to get that as level as you can. That is something that like the $15,000, $25,000 units do, is they do have self-leveling. You know, that's a lot to pay for just for that. So I'm not, that it just shows that it's something that's important. All right, we're going to try to get 3 wood. I'm trying to sneak it past that bunker so I can have a short pitch in. That was ripped. I missed it a little right, but I hit that hard. Kick left somehow. It's all right. The beauty of sim golf, we're not that worried about that. We're going to play at about 80. So I'm just going to hit a full lob wedge. Downhill. Downhill. Yeah, I think 80's right. I'm going to move slightly left out of this lie, but not much. Pulled it. Pulled it. Somehow find that circle. Nope. Pulled it, hit it a groove low. So it just didn't have the, both of those send the ball a little farther. And that's the difference between being 10 feet in and 13, 14 feet. Brutal. All right, let's see here. By the green, but I had a pitch and I was able to get up and down very easily. Pin's a little closer to the water on the left. The pin was more closer to the bunker. So that's important on holes like this. When you're hitting over water and the water is like really, really close to the pin, and it's like one of those ones where it just falls straight off, you have to have enough distance. Like you have to have enough yardage to be able to stop the ball. So a lot of times you're better off having more of a full shot in than the half shots because you don't have any room to really land it. So you kind of have to send it by. So I'm going to hit a 4-iron here. And I faded it terribly. God, that's just a bad shot. And now we're going to have to really maneuver one. Ooh, okay. It's trying to mess with me right now. Okay, can we pull this off? So here's the question, can we pull it off? How would I want to play this? So anywhere on the green is a 2-putt. We would be okay with that. So I can aim here. This is where it gets scary. I can aim here. The ball's going to jump right out of the lie. And then get up there. Is it smart? No. Am I going to do it? Probably. Because I went to ASU and I'm not smart. Let's see. I barely got out of there. Okay, let's see. We got 105. So I've got a 5-iron. Obviously, it's got to stay under. And it's got to move right. So if I miss this shot, I have to start. Here's why it's weird. I've got to start it left and it has to curve right. It cannot go left at all. And if I don't want it to jump right. That's the big problem, right? Like if it jumps immediately right, I go into the tree. So challenging shot. Probably going to be a good example of how you shouldn't do this. But, we're trying to talk ourselves into it. So let's do it. 100 yards, that's all. Okay? I will take that. Didn't get it all the way there, but I am okay with that shot. Just make sure it's right. And the payoff was, all right, like obviously you're taking a risk. So anytime you're taking risks, you have to say, all right, why is this risk worth it? Well, the up and down is easier, okay? I also can get it on the green and have a much easier par that way. I also could possibly get it up there and actually give myself the birdie, right? All of those were there. Now the risk was going in the water, right? So from there, it's like, all right, well, I've got to send it left where there's a very low chance I'm going to get the ball up and down because of where the pin is and all that stuff. So you have to think about all that when you're playing. That makes your best decision. It helps you commit to the decision. So 34, we're going to play it like 36 because we're out of the rough. Looks like it's downhill to the left. Or it's not. I hit that really good, and I misjudged the green. Bummer. Bummer indeed. Oh, I actually thought I hit that really good. So question came in about the ball horizontal, the ball origin. So what that just does, I don't actually use it anymore. I've never really used it on the Mevo Plus. So when I have my X2 and then your X3s and stuff, what you're looking at is you set it up, and it's basically when you hit a shot, you're not really going to adjust anything. What it's doing is telling you like, hey, if this is dead center, you hit a shot, it's going to tell you like, hey, you need the unit, either you need to move the unit or you need to move where the ball is for it to be in like the dead center of like the hitting area. That's how I've always viewed it. Maybe it's changed over the years, but that's how I was always explained it, back in the day. So it's just kind of a way to calibrate your unit essentially. So that's what that is. Okay, that's what I used it for. So when you're hitting shots, you're trying to get it as close to that as you can. And if you're inside of that circle, you were good. That was what you were looking for. That's on the ball origin test. So if you use the FS Golf app and you see it's in the settings for like alignment and all that, that's what you're looking at. All right. 3-wood. Trying to get it up there. I'm actually trying not to hit the green because this will be a 3-putt if it does. Unless somehow I send it all the way. Don't you dare. Okay, we'll take that. I got a little more out of that. I hit that very good. That was a good swing. And it was way downhill, obviously. So we like that. Okay, we get that bogey back. Get that bogey back. So that's good. 594. Par 5. Let's see. So yeah, I believe the goal is just sending it up this way a little bit. You can cut, again, I believe you can cut a lot of yardage off on this one. So, of course, doesn't play as long as it says because of how much you can cut. It'd be interesting to play this course in real life. I believe it's in England or somewhere over there. Not 100% sure on that, but it would be interesting to play it and see, how much. It's hard to play courses like this when you can't see it. Like on the map, we can see it. So I'm going to try to elevate this driver and really just send it. Because I got to get over the trees. Okay. Yeah, I just didn't. That's kind of a bad line, right? But it's all right. Needed to go more right. Got the carry on it. You can see the raw carry, but then it was so far uphill. All right, what we got? Let's see. Thank you for that nice shot. Will the R10 have as good a numbers as Mevo Plus, all the while easier to set up? First off, I don't agree that it's easier to set up, but no, I don't think it has as good numbers. You know, the club data and all that stuff is definitely not measured. So, you know, you have to, for you to be able to measure all the data, right? To measure all the data, you have to tell the unit some information, and you don't really do that on the Garmin R10, right? You don't tell it how far away. We're going to be doing a video. Thank you. That was a good 3-wood. Love this 3-wood. When you're trying to, we're going to aim it down the right, have it drop. But when you're trying to get reads and all that stuff, you know, it's just not going to be as accurate, right? It's just guessing as you go. And don't get me wrong, like every single unit, there is, you know, they are doing things. Yeah, it's estimated numbers. They're all doing something, right? Even like TrackMan, quads, like, and we're going to be talking about how all the numbers work. Like they're feeding in off of other numbers and stuff. You know, they all do it. Like everybody always gets in these arguments about, oh, this one's better, this one's better. I just love to enjoy the fact that we are in a time where like this unit here is $2,500 and I love it. It's fantastic. You get to have this. Like you would not have been able to do that, I mean, 5 years ago. And we have all these choices now. And Garmin, I have a bunch of buddies just trying to chop it down there with this club. It's not going to go very far out of the rough. I have a bunch of buddies that just bought them, right? Like, hey, you know, what are you looking to do? I just want a place in my garage to hit and have fun and, you know, just keep swinging. Great. They got a Garmin. They love it. Cool. You know, that's what I think it's all about. It's, you know, so the reason I say I don't think it's easier to set up, one, you don't have alignment, right? And that's another, you know, other devices, I want my device to have the camera to align it. Okay, that's the big thing. One putt, I don't adjust that. I just have it set on. There is a gimme and stuff when you're playing putting. I haven't dove deep. Now I can't set this on this one. This is actually the Simulator Golf Tour round, so all the settings are preset. So I have not set anything on this round. I'm just playing whatever they do, but it's auto putt fixed is the mode. So I think it's 10 feet is one putt, and then like probably 30 feet is 2 putts, and then outside is 3 putt, which isn't bad because if you look at it statistically, like a tour player, I'm hitting a full gap wedge here, by the way. Trying to get it there. I'm not sure if I can. Nope. Big bounce. Don't go in the bunker. Okay. You know, tour players, the point where they start 3-putting more than 2-putting is 33 feet. Okay, which I think a lot of people get surprised to hear that. They think that's pretty close, but 33 feet's a good amount, right? 33 feet's a good putt. So, you know, if you want to, that's part of it. Like, you know, I do a lot of coaching. I coach a lot of competitive players where when you're, you know, the name of the game in competitive golf is you have to shoot lower scores. Like, that's it. It does not matter. You know, just trying to chop it on and let it release. Got it enough. Thought it would kick a little more forward. It looked like it was like a downslope it was going to land on. But, you know, so when the game is you have to shoot lower scores, like there's no other choice. Like, nobody cares, oh, hey, you have a good swing. It's what did you shoot? Okay, nobody cares, oh, I hit the ball really good all day. Well, what did you shoot? So I do a lot of work with players. It's like, hey, you cannot 3-putt. So how do we do that? Well, first off, are you hitting it close enough to the hole? Like, you know, yeah, we have to look at your putting abilities as well. But, you know, we want to look like, hey, if you're leaving yourself 50, 60 footers all day, you're going to three putt a lot. So we need to address that a little bit. I'm going to hit a 7. It's a little much, but I haven't really been hitting it too far. It's not like I've been flying everything. So I'm going to hit just a good 7, playing about 170. That was one of my better swings of the day. That one I actually hit good. Of course I say that and I'm going to fly it right over it. Breaks. Uh-oh. I hate when it roll. Never like to see it rolling. Somehow stop. Ooh, okay. I like that swing. That was a good one. That's kind of the one I'm living with right now. 1.6 left path, face slightly closed to the target, so that ball starts slightly left, and it fades. So slightly closed face. That's just the one I'm doing good with right now. Yeah, the comment was, the R10 for yardages. 100% agree. Obviously I have one. I use it. When I need multiple stations and stuff, and it's like, hey, I got more people than I got units. Yeah, definitely throw it in there. You do have to mess around with the settings. So, sometimes people have to, if somebody doesn't know their yardages, they might not be able to dial it in as much. But, yeah, I mean, again, I think like we're complaining, like, there's people that will complain about like the accuracy of it. It's like, man, it's $600. And in technology, it's the law of diminishing returns, right? If let's say you have, and I'm not picking on any unit, but let's say you get the $600 Garmin, right? Then you go up, let's say you want to go up to Mevo Plus with Pro package, so you're $2,500. It's 4 times as much. Are you getting 4 times as much performance, right? I don't, probably not. Now you have to decide if whatever more performance you're getting is important. Same thing. Like, let's say I go from Mevo up to, full swing. It's 5,000. So it's double the price. Am I getting double the performance? You would need stickers. Yes, outside. You definitely need stickers outside for anytime you're really using any sort of short indoor mode where you're not getting enough flight. So, I would use some stickers into a net. Yeah. Or the RCT ball. That's what I use. All right. What am I doing here? Driver, sending it. Let my fade work it to the right. Hit it bad too, so that'll be even better. I got under it. But good strategy, knowing my driver has just not been the best club in the bag of late, so we're getting it to something that's usable. We like that. We like hitting it in play. All right, let's see if we can put one like close. We got a flat lie and a good number. Should be just a good 9 for me. Let's see if we can just put it up there. Hit it good. Just can it stop fast enough? Ah. Good swing though. I don't think I could go pitching wedge and get that there. I don't know. I feel like it'd be a big, big pitching wedge. And when I get on the shorter end of my bag, Hazel Rocket, do you use RCT balls on the Garmin? I'm curious about that. I use RCT balls. I like them. My experience with stickers, I never use stickers. Stickers, they just annoyed me, right? Like they fall on the ground and they get stuck in the mat and stuff and all that. And for me, it was like I'm working on distance and all that stuff. I wasn't like super getting numbers dialed in. I kind of always did that outside. I'm not somebody that gets numbers like crazy dialed in, like, oh, I've got it to the yard. On my clubs, like I know I have a pretty good idea how far I hit them. Just driver trying to cut it. That one, I guess I shouldn't have tried to cut it. 6.7 left, huh? I gotta look at my ball position too. That's something with your D plane that you gotta look at. We were talking about that earlier. All right, deep rough, up 7. I'm gonna hit a full sand wedge. Try to, just try to get it up and on the green. This pin's tight. Yeah, RCT balls. I mean, they're expensive. Yeah, the dots. Do I find the smash factor off? Depends. Let me look at mine on that last one. I mean, I didn't hit that great. So, club speed 115, smash factor. So, do the math. It's a little low. So, one thing you have to know, and again, we're going to talk a little bit about this coming up in some videos, but like a lot of the numbers you look at, right, are TrackMan numbers. Okay, so we actually had our coaching summit on Monday within our PGA section. So actually had some really good numbers there that were presented, which was awesome. The thing is, so they compared some numbers from like quad and different monitors and TrackMan and all that, because the different monitors measure at different points, right? So we'll take, for example, there were shots hit on TrackMan versus quad, from a long drive or like a really long hitter, and his club speed was like 130 on the quad, but on TrackMan it was 124. And the reason for that is, it's not a misread or anything. It's just TrackMan measures at the point where the ball is deformed the most, so max deformation they call it, but basically max compression, right? When you've compressed the ball the most. And foresight, flight scope, that is at first touch. So what happens with that is the club slows down a ton. It is a car crash. Like when you strike the ball, it is a lot of slowing down of the golf club. So the ball still comes off the same. It reads the ball speeds the same, right? They both are very accurate. They all work really good. But then so if like on TrackMan it's 1.50, okay, if it's 1.50 is like the number, well, with a Mevo or with the flight scope, it's really going to be like 143, 144 as like a good solid number, right? So, it will come in low than what you see on TrackMan numbers. Okay, so again, it has, people don't think it's that big of a deal, like, oh, the different points of measures. It's a 7 mile an hour. Your club speed, and the reason, again, just to explain it, club speed on TrackMan is like 7 miles an hour slower, but the ball speed is the same. So if you're doing the fraction, ball speed over club speed, that's going to make that smash go up just from a measuring difference. So, yeah, the way you always check it is you just put some foot powder on your club. I mean, as much as you can use your numbers and all that stuff, still the tried and true way is put foot powder, go get Dr. Scholl's, spray it on the club, see where you're hitting it, and see how consistently you're hitting it. Again, we're going to have some good talks about that coming up because of some of these numbers we had, and we got a good look at a lot of pro numbers and a lot of tolerances and stuff. So I'm excited to share that as we go. I didn't hit that hard enough. Don't roll back. Okay. Should be fine. I need to swing harder at that. I'm all thinking about the numbers now. All right, let's see if we can just chip one in. So that's something that's interesting. So we'll have one kind of going over some numbers. Low point was a big discussion. Centeredness, horizontal swing plane, vertical swing plane. All big numbers. We'll be talking about that. So stay tuned. We're getting all that ready. A little 11, trying to pitch it on the edge. Because that pin is so short, there's no way I was going to be able to stop that. So I have to open the face. land it in the slope, try to kill it, and see what we can get. All right, 201, down 20. It's either a 6 or a 7. 7 feels like not enough. 6 feels like too much. If I hit 7, I think I can get it there. I can get it on the green. Where's the 2-putt circle, though? I cannot see it. So we're going to hope this gets there. I'm going to hit a 7. I'm going to try to hit like a draw-ish type shot. As much of a draw as I can hit right now. I didn't hit it flush. And that's a mistake. All right, see what we get. Should not have. That's kind of a bad choice. You know, I went for the 7, like with no room for air. Drop zone, actually not bad though. We'll take it. That's definitely not a legal drop. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely get it. You can get it. You just have to hit it really, really solid. Like TrackMan will get like 1.51, 1.52s, and 1.53s sometimes. You know, so you can definitely get. It's just, you know, you're not going to get it as much as you think on that high end. Like, you know, I used to always worry. It's like, oh man, I can't get 1.50, and it's like all the time. It's like, but I'm at like 1.47. It's like, okay. But, you know, you're actually doing really good. You just got to understand the differences in the unit. All right, a little bit of a tough shot. Trying to land it just on the edge with some height and try to kill it. Actually, I mean, I couldn't ask for any better than that. I hit that really good. So, open up the face, and then you just got to try to land it on your spot. So, not a bad, not the best round so far. Not the best ball striking. I hit it a lot better last night, that's for sure. But of course, definitely playing harder. It's playing longer. Pins are in much tougher spots, harder to get at. Combined with not hitting it as good. Again, had a double that was really a par, but you know, we got whatever. We're just having some fun with it. So, driver. See if we can send it. I'm going to try to move the ball back a little bit in my stance. There we go. I think I'm getting the ball too far forward. So when we talk about D-plane, right? Ooh, big slope. Uh-oh. Where are we going? So when we talk about D-plane, you know, that's something I'm swinging too far to the left, right? I had that 6-something left path one. Okay, so what that means, so I can look at my D-plane, you know, the knowledge and say, all right, I got to move this a little bit back. That's one way I can solve that problem. Again, we'll be going a lot over that as we go. So I had a 9, 12 up, got to get it there to cover this little kind of like tongue or whatever. So I'm going to hit an 8. Try to cover that bunker. Just a good 8. Hit it good. But I played for the slope. But then I cut the ball. So it's just going to stay straight on that slope. So I didn't get the fall left, but it was a good shot. So again, other than the first hole I had a 3-putt, bad shot in. And then I had the double, that hurt, from the ghost read. And then the rest was, you know, whatever. Yeah, so that's all right. Not bad, but good to get it around in again. Always feels good. And then you get on the old exercise, burning, you know, for me it burns like 200, 300 calories to play 18. So always like that. So again, we're going to have a lot going on with numbers, okay? And this is just going to be like general launch monitor numbers that I think people want to understand, you know, and if you're not even using a launch monitor, stuff that you're going to want to understand. So I think it'll be a great couple of videos we got coming up, so make sure you click the subscribe button for that. And yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. Nice little midweek work up an appetite for lunch round. So we'll talk to everybody soon, and thanks for watching.